live now. I don't know if it's seamlessly gone across from my live, from my premiere to my live, but anyways, here I am. So we're just sort of waiting to see who we're going to get coming in, and hopefully we get a few people coming in, but you know, you never can tell with a live. You know, they can be a bit hit and miss, but I'm here today. I want to talk about an upcoming celebration, and so hopefully I'll get a few people coming in here. So who do we have here with us? Don't know who we got, so hopefully we've got a few coming. Guess we'll just see. And what's my sound quality and video quality like? Hopefully it's okay. But you just don't know. You just never know what it's going to be like, so hopefully it'll be okay, but I guess we'll see. Oh, hi there, Jeff and Tammy, the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla. Great to see you, and I do appreciate you coming in, and hopefully we get a few people coming in. And of course, a huge thanks to everybody who shares this one out. And if you could all share this one out on your community tabs, I really appreciate that. So yeah, what's my sound quality and video quality like? And please bash the thumbs up. I need more of those. Always need more of those. You know what I mean? But it looks to be quite sunny here today, so you know, I've sort of slapped on the sunblock and all of that, because the sun sort of plays absolute havoc on my skin, so there's that, of course. So just waiting on a few to come in, and I should have messaged Jocelyn and Todd and the like and said, oh, I'm going live as well as my premiere. But, you know, sort of gets a bit like that. And yeah, it's been a minute since I've done a live. It's a bit like that at times too. So we're just sort of waiting to see who we're all going to get in. And I know I should have messaged Jan and Linda and Nancy and Susan and Tina and everybody, and Gail, just to, you know, get everybody to come in. But I'd like to hold a giveaway for, I've just rolled over to 39k, I think it was yesterday. Oh, thank you, Jeff or Tammy, whoever's with me, or both of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So what I'd like to do is sort of, I don't know, sometime in December, maybe the second week, and it would be like if I could get somebody on board with the Friday live, you know, if I could get sort of like Gail and Jan involved, and maybe Linda to host it, because I have Restream, but a lot of people sort of have trouble with Restream working it out. I do have a paid subscription for Restream at the moment, but I'd sort of want somebody with a paid, probably a paid subscription on StreamYard, just so that other co-channels could share and run it from their own channels too, and get some watch time on their own channels, if you know what I mean. I would really like that, because I know quite a few of you are looking for watch time. Oh yes, this one's Jeff and Tammy's got a channel, the Gypsy, yes, and I'm pretty sure I have Tammy's channel. Pretty sure I have that, but drop the link for Tammy's channel and share that out too if you'd like to, Jeff. And anybody in blue, if you've got anything you wish to share out, somebody's channel or what have you, please do feel free to do so, or a special video. I really don't mind, and you're quite welcome to do that on my lives, anybody in blue. And for those who are not in blue, type drop and see if Nightbot's still working. I haven't deactivated it, but Nightbot might have fallen asleep like Nightbot does. Oh, Howie. Hi there, Howie. Food Forest Permaculture. Great to see you. It's always lovely to see when you can sort of come along, and I know I've got a few of your videos on my watch later list that I've got to catch up with. I sort of, these days I get so behind. I'm also busy at college a couple of days a week as well, and a couple of evenings, sort of 2 hours per evening. I have one half day at college, and then I have one full day at college generally, and so I'm quite busy there with that as well. So, you know, but I really appreciate everybody who comes along, and I've got something like about 130 videos racked up on my watch later list again, and a lot of them I've sort of watched through once, and I've been going, you know, falling asleep while it's running. Oh, Tamara, hi there. Great to see you, and thanks so much for coming in. And so sometimes before I can get to comment, because I watch them on the TV, it could be, you know, watched through 2 or 3 times because I fall asleep and the TV keeps running with them. So you're still getting the watch time, but you're not getting my comment until I open it on my phone to actually comment, because you know, on the TV it's near impossible to comment on the TV. You know how that is. Those of you who watch YouTube on the TV know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, so I can sort of get a bit behind on actually commenting. And I can thumbs up quite easy on the TV, so things might be thumbs up, and then I'll sort of, oh, I've got to go and comment. Thank you, Jeff, for sharing that out. Oh, Susan. Hi there, Susan. Great to see you. And the video for your collab, thankful 50, although I didn't sort of have 50 things. Yeah, your link has come up here, Jeff. I can see it on my screen. I can see your link on my screen, and I'm sure if I clicked on it, it would actually go to it. So it does seem to work, or it does seem to be working here at the moment. So yes, I've got your video, thankful 50. That's now public, Susan. So oh, thank you, Susan. I'm glad you appreciated it, and you know, I thought, oh, I'll just put a few clips in them, you know, in between the talking, so it's not just a talking head, just to try and make it a bit interesting, and you know, shove some music on, and of course both the music clips that are on it are actually my own creation with Suno, but I sort of go to a lot of work with creating them too. I don't just sort of ask Suno what to do. I actually I'll write the words out myself, and I'll make sure everything rhymes. Then I might run it through Gemini just to make sure that the words sort of work. And I'll also add some commands in it as I want the music to sound. And I've also done some singing voice clips that I've put into Suno. You know, I've sang a line or two of the song, sort of, so that Suno's actually recreating my singing voice at its best when it's sort of sweetened up. But I'm sort of like putting a lot of commands in Suno too, like synth in, synth out, beat increases, volume increases, put a guitar riff, a run of drums, all sorts of things. Yes, it is a fun app, and I pay for it. I have the paid version, so it actually gives me some more tools, and actually on the paid levels, the songs are actually copyrighted to me. and if you're doing that too, Jeff, your songs are copyrighted to you on the paid ones. So, you know, it's good for that, and it gives you more that you can sort of do, and gives you a higher volume of songs as well. Yes, they are, yes, and that's I think that's a good thing, and then I can sort of make music clips and that I put up on YouTube, and I know nobody else is able to copy them, although once you put something on YouTube like that, it is automatically copyrighted to you anyways, with the way copyright sort of works. That's one of the subjects that I've actually studied, was copyrights and all that sort of thing. I'm doing an IT course. That's the course that I'm doing at college, is IT, and some of it does my head in, you know, particularly the programming part, but there's a lot of very interesting stuff around it all, like copyright and how copyright works, and also, you know, like there's patents, it covers patents and how they work, and fair use, and also like, you know, reuse, and also like Creative Commons, and it just sort of, you know, it all sort of works together. Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff. And you can also, like, if you know the people, you can actually share the revenue. Yes, some of the pseudo songs do sound alike, yes. And to get things not to sound so alike is when you sort of just add the extra commands for how you're wanting the music to sort of go and that sort of thing, and the sound, and adding some extra instruments, and also telling Pseudo what pitch you want things in, and all sorts of things. And you know, if you saw my actual song list and sort of what's all written in there with the verses, sort of how I want things to go, it's sort of, it's quite an involved process if you really want to differentiate things, and, you know, adding my own voice clips in. So yes, food forest permaculture, yes, hello, yep, Howie of food forest permaculture, I'm really happy to see you here. So I've sort of got quite busy, I'm doing a few things like that with YouTube as well, and I've got a new song that's currently on the members only shelf, and I'll probably put that, or make that live, or make that public next week sometime. But anybody who's a member, you know, members who have paid, but also members who have been gifted memberships, can actually watch that one on the members shelf. So I think it's about 4 minutes or 5 minutes or something. And you know, it can be watched there if you're a member, and of course I do appreciate those who pay up and become a member. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate anybody who gifts out memberships, so a huge thank you to everybody who does that. And of course a big appreciation to those who are members for a month because they've been gifted a membership, whether by myself or by somebody else. Because I do from time to time gift out a few memberships myself. You know, once YouTube stopped that program where they were gifting out memberships, and you know, they replaced it with the top fans thingy. I sort of gift out a few myself from time to time, and I do appreciate all of you who do that as well, and it gives, you know, it gives a few people an opportunity just to catch my members only content, and I do make some special members only content from time to time that I do keep members only forever, as well as generally all my shorts go up, you know, when I make a short, they go up on the members shelf first, and then I'll make them public when I'm sort of ready to make them public. So members sort of get a first look. Oh, thank you, Tamara. Thank you. Oh, this is an Adidas one. I need to see if they have this colour on the merch store, and I get some merch done in this colour too, I think. Because, yeah, I really like this colour, so I'll have to see if I can get some members ones done in that. And speaking of members, channel merch done in that. Speaking of members, I sort of want to have this giveaway in December sometime, probably like about the second week in December, I think, first or second week. So I do need to catch up with a few people, and we'll get that sort of sorted and have a giveaway. And of course I'd love a few people. Thank you, Howie. Yes, more thumbs up is always appreciated. Yeah, the first look for members, yes, I think that's always a good thing to do, and it's just a special thank you and appreciation. So yeah, speaking of members, when I do this draw, this giveaway, I want to have like one giveaway that will be for members only, and of course, you know, I'll have one or two others for, you know, subscribers. And I'd love a few people to get on board and you know, donate a few prizes, and it could be, you know, a virtual gift card like an e-card. It could be something you make as well. You know, the soap makers out there could, you know, maybe donate a soap, and the crafters could donate like something they've made in craft. And of course they could say, because I know postage is a huge issue, USA, you know, bottom 48 only because, you know, postage issues. And I mean, that's fine if somebody, you know, wants to donate something like, somebody might have a jar of honey because they keep bees. Another person might have some soaps because they make soaps. Heather of Milk and Honey Farm makes wonderful aprons, and maybe she'd donate an apron as a gift. And, you know, I know that like Susan makes some wonderful, wonderful canned foods and homemade preserves and jams and all sorts of things. Maybe Susan would donate a jar of jam, for example. And I mean, I'm just sort of quoting a few names. You know, if somebody wants to give out a prize for a giveaway, I don't think it's got to cost a lot of money or cost dear. It could be, you know, something small that they've made. Why not? And it sort of adds some interest and adds some fun. And of course, it does generate also mail call videos from those who have received a gift from a giveaway. You know, like for example, if Jeff gets a jar of jam from let's say Heather Milk and Honey Farms, or from Jerry of Butler Family Farm, well then next thing Jeff is making a mail call video quoting you know, Heather's channel or quoting Jerry's channel or whatever. And so, you know, that adds some interest, and it's a way of thanking those who have gifted out something. And it sort of helps sort of grow the community and just build sort of closer friendships and all of that, because, you know, we are all family through YouTube and friends and family, and that's the way I see it. and I don't actually have any physical family myself. So I see you all who are following my channel as my family, you know, and really, really close friends. Well, that would be cool too. Yes, why not? You know, interesting different prizes and quirky prizes. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? It's really, you know, it adds a lot of, you know, interest and adds some fun and you know, oh wow, I've got a little bag of donkey dirt. What am I going to do with this? Oh, I've got to pan that for gold. Well, how do I do that? Well, that could be fun, and that could be making a fun video of you know, somebody getting, oh well, I'll pan that. How do I pan it? I'll just get a, you know, a gold pan off Amazon, the cheapest one, and I'll have a go at doing this. And so, you know, that could be a funny video trying to pan gold for the first time. I know if somebody sent me a, you know, a little baggie of donkey dirt that's salted with some gold, and I sort of got to try and pan it, it could be absolutely hilarious. You know, donkey dirt and water and gold going everywhere, you know. So that could be a great idea for a video. And of course, you know, shouting out the channel who sent you the little baggie of donkey dirt. So that would be a fun video, of course, and you know, an idea for some channel content, or you know, the mail call where somebody's got a jar of honey from Heather, for example, or a lovely apron from Heather, or some soap from Gail where Gail's made some soap, or some soap from Jan of Simply Jan Homestead where Jan has made some soap. You know, unboxing the mail call of what you've got. So I would love a few other channels to sort of get involved and just sort of, you know, donate something for the giveaway, and you know, work out a spinning wheel, or maybe have a hashtag, you know, a special word, and just use the comment picker or what have you with you know, StreamYard or Restream or whatever we're doing it with. I think that would be really, really, really wonderful. And, you know, a great fun event for everybody. And, of course, you know, to make the giveaway fun. And, you know, my prizes, you know, I'd donate like one for members, and, for example, maybe donate another two for like subscribers, and whether it's something off the merch store or a gift card, like an Amazon virtual gift card. I'm not sure what I'd do yet, but either or. And of course they would sort of go anywhere, so you know, my Canadian viewers and my British viewers would definitely be eligible for the prizes I donate, because you know, I'd make sure, like, you know, an Amazon card, for example, would be on the USA Amazon store, but just an e-card, so you know, anyone from anywhere could sort of go onto the US store or use it. And I believe you can use, because the virtual card, I believe you can use that on Amazon anywhere, because it's just in US dollars, but it could be used on your own Amazon account anywhere. Oops, I've missed that one now, Jeff. If somebody makes another comment quick, I'll it'll pop up on screen and I'll see it again. I should have brought my computer out and got you all running on my computer. I've been doing some deep research, and it's amazing how much everything you say, do, even your name, affects the algorithm over time and most reasons. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Jeff. There are quite a lot of videos out there too that sort of speak of those things. You know, the how to grow your channel videos, and you know, how to make something blow up after, you know, it's been on YouTube for a while, and all sorts of things like that. I I watched one very interesting one, it was the other night or the other morning, and the guy on it was talking about looking at your analytics and working out who views your videos and what country. And I went and checked that, and I've actually changed a few settings what he was recommending. And you know how YouTube now automatically translates your videos into a number of languages, and you know, the actual dubbing with the number of languages as well as subtitles. What this guy was actually recommending was to check out which ones sort of don't watch your videos very long. Like this is affecting your not your click-through rate, but your retention rate. So, you know, if somebody from, I'll just say a country, for example, like I've got a number of countries viewing and it comes up in your analytics, and, you know, it'll be USA, Canada, UK, Australia, Germany, France, and then you might sort of have like Singapore and so on. And then, you know, further down the list it'll be like, you know, you might have India and Sri Lanka. And for example, India and Sri Lanka are opening and clicking through on your video, but they're only, you know, viewing for 20 seconds or something. Well, what you can do is you'll go to your languages setting in Creator Studio, and you need to do that on the computer. Go to your languages setting, and where it's got, you know, for example, it's about 3 Indian languages it does. Tamil, Hindi, and there's another one where it's got those languages of, you know, whatever it's not watching. Just delete those particular languages and the subtitle. So if you delete that, your video is not going to come up on recommendations on those certain countries that have a very, very poor retention rate. And so your video will still come up on the other countries that have got a much, much, much higher retention rate. So if you do that, that will actually, you know, help increase your retention rate. So I've actually gone through on the last sort of few videos and gone and done that, unpublished or deleted those languages of the very poor retention rates. And so that'll be interesting to see how my retention rates will increase, because I've deleted the languages for those who are very, you know, poor retention rates. And of course, you know, it'll still be available for those people to watch, but it's not coming up so much or so high on the recommendation screen. But it might sort of still come up on the recommendations for somebody in those countries, but they are English speaking, and YouTube knows that they're English speaking because they have set their primary language as English. So it would still come up for, you know, those people who actually are fluent and confident and actually use English as one of their main languages. So that will be really interesting to see how that works. I did miss a few comments there that sort of popped up on screen a bit quickly. So what's everybody's thoughts on that? Will timestamps help with click-through rates for low retention? Yeah, you should tell me more about that, Jeff. Robin Hood, hi there, great to see you. Like live drives promote real estate, yes. There's also, for those of us who are monetized, there's a setting, and I believe it's in your monetization settings, make available for education videos. I'm not quite sure of the wording, but if you click on that, videos that are suitable, for example, like if you're doing a how-to on how to do something, or you're touring an interesting location that schools and colleges might be interested in, those videos will actually be available or will pop up in recommended lists for educational institutions. And there is a special payment rate. I'm not sure how it works. It's probably a bit like the premium, that you'll actually get a cut from that. So it won't be sort of running ads, but it will actually give you revenue, a bit like how the premium works. Adding timestamps, yes. Sometimes I do timestamps and sometimes I don't. Because sometimes timestamps can sort of work against you a little bit too, because you'll get viewers who may watch your video through completely, and then they start, oh, this timestamp, well, we'll just click ahead to this and click ahead to that. And some may click back to watch a certain thing again, but others will just sort of click ahead. So, you know, it can be a 6 of one, half a dozen of another sort of thing. I didn't quite see. Was it Sammy or Tammy? Hi there. I did see, and it was sort of gone. So, hi there. I hope I don't miss anybody, because that does happen, that sometimes I do miss things, and especially if I don't have my computer next to me running the live stream. And because, you know, then I can't sort of moderate things when I don't sort of do that. So, you know, I could sort of, if I had the computer, I could sort of, you know, type in somebody's link to share out a link or whatever. So a huge thank you to moderators who can do that. Oh, Sam Lynn, hi there. Great to see you. And thanks so much for coming in. So, you know, it can be really, really useful to, you know, who run these lives with the computer next to me to do that. And I sort of came out in a hurry. I should have came out with my laptop as well. But, you know, that didn't happen. So, you know, and, you know, sometimes we get a bit behind on things, and especially, I can say that once you get over 20k subscribers, it gets more difficult to keep up with everything, with comments and alerts. Things really get buried. So sometimes if somebody's got something that you want me to know about, it may not sort of come up in alerts, or it gets buried. And, you know, especially like if somebody's you know, wants me to collaborate on something and I'm tagged, I might miss it. And I do have an email address in my... Yeah, thank you, Sam Lynn, thank you. Yeah, 40k very soon. I think by the end of this month it'll be 40k, 40,000 subscribers. So, wow. You know, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I was, I think I was about 2 or 3k, you know. So, you know, this channel has gone 10 times bigger in the last sort of couple of years. And, you know, the last sort of year particularly, once you sort of have a few videos that sort of hit, that seems to really bring on the followers. If you have a couple of videos that sort of hit, and I know there's a few channels that have done really well and gained a lot of their subscribers from shorts. But if that happens, you probably really want to push the shorts hard, because we all know that most shorts viewers do not translate to long form viewers. So, you know, if you can get some long form videos that hit, and all my subscribers, or at least, you know, 95% of them have come from long form, and they've all come from like a lot of the tour videos I do, like night market tour, or museum tour, or but of all the interesting places that I've done, that's where they've actually hit. And there's been a few times where I've searched a term and I've found that, you know, searching on Google, that that term, my videos have been recommended like first, second, third, or, you know, as low as 10 on the search results. That has really helped. And I need to actually put that tag in again in a video. Australia's cultural capital. That was the term that really had pushed things along. And so where I'm making a video like about Melbourne, I'll actually often incorporate that term somewhere that the SEO hits it, and so the video gets recommended out just by using that term. So of course, any of you, if you can think of a term of like somewhere around your area, or would work with your location, of a trending search term or something like that, or a well-used term, and sort of incorporate that, that can really give your videos a boost if you can sort of add that term in. And of course, if your video sort of hits some interest, it can sort of help rank your video up a bit higher up in Google search. And, you know, especially people will often hit Google search and then they'll have like tags videos, because they're wanting videos on something, but not necessarily just on YouTube. So that will also bring up videos on that subject that could be on TikTok, for example, or Instagram Reels, public on Instagram Reels, or Facebook Reels, or that sort of thing, as well as your YouTube videos. But I know it is often said that YouTube's about your number 2 search engine in the world too. So of course hitting those terms on YouTube will also rank your videos or bring your videos up. And of course, if anybody's sort of got your own experiences on that sort of thing, I do appreciate you sharing that in chat as well. And so, you know, others can read, or if I see it, I can, you know, I can sort of read it out as well, and share that. And I know, as Sammy said, yes, it is exciting when your channel sort of starts to grow a little bit, but it is an awful lot of work too. I started my channel, was like January 2019. So, you know, it's definitely not overnight. And so what's this, the 7th year of YouTube. You know, 6 years, I've been, you know, making YouTube, you know, for 6 years, and this is into the 7th year. So, you know, I've stuck with it, and that's the only way that you'll sort of make anything with YouTube, by sticking with it and being consistent. Like, I might have now, I wouldn't do it when you're under 5,000 subscribers. You really need to get at least one video out every week when you're sort of a small channel. You really need to keep pushing it, and pushing it. a long form video consistently, one every week. If you're somebody who, you know, posts bi-weekly, well then make sure you consistently do it bi-weekly. But of course it won't be as quick, but you need to be consistent because you'll get subscribers sort of wanting your videos or looking out for your videos, and then if you miss, a lot of them sort of just drop off and it won't sort of get recommended to them on the screen so much, or on their screen so much. So, you know, consistency. And I'd also recommend for when you're under 5k, really try to belt out the live streams as well, and do that consistently 1 or 2 times every week, and do it at the same time. Be consistent with that, just so that you don't drop off the radar. And of course, once your channel sort of gets over 10 or 20k, well then you can take a week off from uploading a long form video. But I might sort of still be, I might be taking a week off and something's come up or whatever, or I've been sick or whatever. I might then just bang one of the shorts up that I've got sitting around on the members shelf to make it public. Wish I could start making videos, I just wouldn't know what to do. Well, my comment is, or my advice is, we've always been so random, yeah. My advice is, because I wanted to make videos back right at the start. We're talking about 2008 or something. You know, when YouTube started, and I really wanted to, and I never did it. Oh, what do I do? And this, so it's impossible. And then 2019, I just bit the bullet and did it. And, oh, what can I do? I decided I'd start on cooking. Because that's all I sort of really had the opportunity to do at that time. And all I really knew what to do. What am I going to make a video on? And of course, my first videos, my first 50 to 100 videos absolutely stank, you know. But that's how it is on YouTube. Your first 50 or 100 videos will really stink, or at least you'll, when you look back at them now, you'll think they stink. But that's all practice and all learning. And of course, nobody really judges you that harshly when you're starting off YouTube anyways. And my advice is just to bite the bullet and just do it. Your first videos won't be very good. So what? You're doing it. And once you sort of start getting into the groove a little bit and learning how to do it, and, you know, finding your niche, or, you know, the subjects you wish to cover, you can always make those first videos unlisted or private anyways. But just doing it and thinking of those videos just as a learning progress or process. And that's my advice. Just learn by doing. And of course now on YouTube there's so many videos out on how to be a YouTuber, how to do that, how to, you know, watch those as well and take away out of those the things that sort of resonate with you. Is it all from, I film with both. I have a camera that I film with. I've actually sold that one now, the Osmo Pocket 2, and I'm getting the Osmo Pocket 3, which is the updated version. It's actually a little camera on a gimbal, so you can walk around and film with that. I have a really, really decent phone. So, you know, oftentimes when I'm out and about and I see something, oh, I should film that, I can film with the phone. And my phone, I just got it, and there's actually a video on my channel about it, comparing it with my old phone. I've got the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, and I got the 1 terabyte model, so the one with the extra RAM and the extra memory and everything. I would recommend, if you're going to film with the phone, if you're into iPhones, have a decent, fairly recent iPhone. You can buy the flagship model second-hand, which is quite acceptable. You know, buy, I think the new iPhone, what's it, 17 or something? iPhone 16 or 17? Or 15, I don't know. I'm not into iPhones. You could buy like the iPhone 13, for example, Pro Max, second-hand, you know, from a second-hand store, or, you know, a pawn store or something like that, cash converters or what have you, or get one on Marketplace or what have you. iPhone 14, yeah, if you have an iPhone 14 and you've got the decent models of that, not the cheapest SE model or whatever, you have some pretty decent cameras, and you can film with that. And I've got, it's coming, I got off Amazon. I'm going to pair it with my phone because I'm sort of limited with the corded mic I have. But with my phone, I've got a Rode shotgun microphone, but you know, the cord sort of only stretches so far. I've got coming, it's a Rode wireless microphone. I'm not sure the exact model, but Amazon at the moment, with their Black Friday sales, I've got a really nice discount on that, and it's about 50% off that I got it for. Basically, it cost me $100, and of course the microphone, the normal price is a couple of hundred plus. So I've got that coming, and it's, you know, one of their good, I think it's the Rode, it's either the Rode or the DJI, but the wireless microphone, wireless lapel microphone, and it also comes with a windscreen on the microphone, you know, the little dead cat that cuts your wind and that sort of thing. And of course, if it's a bit windy, you can sort of just tuck it under your sweater and clip it onto your t-shirt or shirt under your sweater, and that cuts a lot of wind noise for those who like to go out somewhere filming outdoors. And of course, the microphone will still pick up through your sweater, so you know, if it's windy, clip it under your sweater and have it under your sweater that it's not exposed, and that'll cut a lot of the wind. So I have that coming. So, you know, get a fairly decent, it doesn't have to be the most expensive brand either. I have heard that some of the $20 or $30 lav mics from Amazon, or, you know, Temu and the like, work really, really well, and especially for their price. So you could get one of those and just, you know, pair it up with your phone for the wireless, you know, through Bluetooth. That will work really, really well. And a big thing with YouTube, a lot of viewers are more worried about actual audio quality than they are your video quality. So, you know, you can definitely go and film with that. And your iPhone 14 will do a really good job. iPhone 14s, 13s even, they had really good cameras, so you can do that. Other than that, I'm with Samsung. I would recommend, I don't know what the mid-range Samsung phones are like, so I would recommend the, you know, personally, I would recommend the flagship models, the S series. So now you're looking anywhere from about S20, S20 Ultra, you know, that sort of thing, up to S25 and next year's model S26. You could start out by getting a Samsung S20 or S22 second hand from Marketplace. Make sure it's in good condition, and there's nothing wrong with it, or, you know, one of your pawn stores, or off eBay, Facebook Marketplace, all of those places, and you can get that for a decent price. If you're into some of the other brands of Android phone, I believe Huawei has decent cameras. I know Sony phones have decent cameras, but Sony, I've found, I had a Sony once and the screen, they just die, so they're a bit unreliable. But go with the flagship brands, and even if you buy a second-hand flagship phone, I would avoid, personally, I would avoid Motorola and those brands. From what I've heard, they're just not very durable and their cameras are not very good. So I would sort of go with the known flagship brands, and there's a few Chinese brands that they've got flagships, I believe, like OnePlus, that sort of thing, are quite reasonable, have really good cameras. So, you know, stick with those. Through my Amazon affiliate links, yeah. Yeah, thanks for the thumbs up, Sam Lynn. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan. Still here. I didn't win. Oh, I'm not doing any prizes today. I'm just talking about it. So don't worry about that. I'm not doing any prize draws today. I need to get that all sorted. And I want to get a few channels involved, and we'll have like a panel and that sort of thing. And sorry you didn't win. Oh yes, that's to Susan. I don't know if somebody's got a prize draw or giveaway on or something. Yeah, I know there's probably some other lives today. You know, there's lives every day now. You know, YouTube's sort of full of lives, and everybody's scratching their head. Oh, when can we go live? Because so-and-so's live now, and they're live now. You know, it gets a bit like that now. And I know a lot of you are sort of worried about monetization too. I think, oh, we're not going that well and we monetized. It's actually, I believe, 0.5% of channels, of what YouTube calls channels, are monetized. 0.5%. So it's not a huge number. So if you've been able to get monetized, that's actually a really, really huge achievement on YouTube. If you've been able to get monetized, if you get a check every at least once a year, well, that's a huge achievement, because of course, you know, you've got to have $100 before YouTube pays you, basically, in revenue. So if you've been able to get, you know, monetized and get a check once a year even, that's a huge achievement. bigger than what you've realised. I've had so many people say to me, oh, that's a huge achievement that your channel's monetised. So, you know, all pat yourselves on the back that have been able to do that. You've done something huge, and you've done something that only 0.5% of channels have actually done. So, you know, a big pat yourselves on your back for that. And for those of you who've been uploading on YouTube, and you've been doing it for, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, pat yourselves on the back. That's a huge achievement, because I have heard it said that most people that make videos only stick with it for a year or two, and they drop right out because it's just too much of a grind, and it's just you know, they haven't sort of got where they wanted to, and they've just become frustrated and dropped out. So you're still with it after, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Give yourselves a pat on the back, because most don't stick at it that long. I'm going to cut this off at an hour, so about another 5 minutes. So if anybody's got any other points you'd like to bring up, or observations on YouTube that you've got to share, I'd love to see them, and of course love to share them out. I think you know, it's a good place. We all need to share out our information and share out our knowledge, and that sort of thing. I didn't expect to win. I missed that one, Susan. It's okay, I'm happy for the ones that did win. Where was that, Susan? I've missed it. I'll probably miss somebody's giveaway. Yeah, where was that? Because, yeah, it certainly wasn't me today having a giveaway. I'm just talking about a giveaway to have. You know what I mean? I shared out some things on YouTube on my live today. Was that, I might have been asleep. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Oh, yes. I know of her channel, but I don't think I'm subscribed. I should actually have a look at her and see, yeah. I mean, I'm sort of inundated now. I think I've got about, I think I've subscribed to about 600 channels or something. Yeah, I was sleeping, yeah. You were running, and then I woke up, I needed the restroom again, and your live had finished. I just had it running on my phone next to me, but I had the sound down low. And actually listening to you talking, Susan, was quite relaxing, actually. I could listen to you reading out something or talking all day, Susan, and you know, so often I've been watching your podcast videos of an evening, Susan, and the next thing I've fallen asleep, and I need to go back to the start to watch it again. You'll be laughing at that. I find the pace you read at or speak at, Susan, and you know, narrate on your videos is very relaxing. Oh, you're welcome, Susan. You know, somebody's going live and it's the middle of the night for me, and I realise they're going live. I will actually run your live, though. I might comment once or twice to say that I'm there, and then I'll fall asleep. But I'll make, you know, you'll get the watch hours for that. At least, you know what I mean, and the engagement. So, you know, hopefully that's helping you all out. And of course, I'm sure you found the thankful video interesting, Susan. I hope you did. I'm still cigarette free. I haven't had a smoke now, what's it, 5 months, and my skin has just improved heaps. And you know, not having that smell of smoke in clothes and things is brilliant. And no matter how careful you were smoking, you'd always drop a bit of ash and invariably would actually burn a hole in your clothes, and not having that happen anymore. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I'm really close to it. I'm actually less than 1,000 subscribers off from it now. I think it was yesterday afternoon, I saw my channel went 39k. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Yeah, smoke-free 5 months. Yep. Anybody who smokes cigarettes, I think you just gotta give them up. It's just time. You know, your health will just improve so much from doing it, and like your skin and everything. And of course, you know, your purse will improve, and thank you too, because of the cost of the damn things. I think it's sort of, you know, something to really work toward, and it's something you might sort of try and do 5 or 10 times before you do it. So, and try and do it before you start getting health problems from it. You know, before you get that persistent smoker's cough, or before you get, you know, the horrible other effects like circulation diseases and that. Do it as soon as possible, that you hopefully might avoid those things. That's my view. Well, yeah, it's even if you've got good health and you're smoking, it does sort of do something to your health eventually. Your lung capacity mightn't be the best, although you're healthy, or you'll catch more colds and flus or something like that, or you know, you're not able to walk up that hill like you'd really love to be able to do. So, you know, I'd advise anybody, if you're able to do it, do it. I've been going over an hour now. I'm going to thank everybody who's come in here. I'm going to thank everybody who watches this on replay. Because I do have quite a few who hit these lives up on replay, gang. So a huge, huge thank you to everybody who does that. So yeah, I am going to call it. Yeah, I know they're cheaper in some locations in the States. I believe Jocelyn, she says she's paying about $8 for a packet of 20. Here in this country, officially, they are, a packet of 20, you're actually looking at about $45 in the local currency. So that's at least $35 US for a packet of 20. You know, at least $30. So, you know, it's absolutely crazy. And I mean, a lot of people here are actually buying them black market now. Black market, there's something like about yeah, $10 Australian, so you're looking at about $7 US. $6 to $7 US, black market. And you know, I'll tell you a funny story about that. The government is really complaining because the tax revenue that they're collecting from cigarettes has dropped off by about $5 or $10 billion, because everybody's not buying cigarettes from the official licensed cigarette stores anymore, because who's going to pay, you know, for example, $30 US for a packet of 20 when you can buy a packet of 20 for between $6 and $7 US elsewhere? So everybody's buying these cigarettes elsewhere, and the government's jumping up and down because they're missing out on all this tax revenue. And it's absolutely bloody hilarious because the Australian government's got greedy and thought we're going to grab all this money off the smokers, and you know, it's really bitten them in the ass because you know, all these businesses are selling cheap cigarettes that are coming in, and the government's making no money, and it's bloody hilarious. And I'm an ex-smoker and I'm absolutely rolling on the floor laughing at it. So, I mean, you know, I haven't given up because of the price of cigarettes because I can get them cheap. I've given up for health reasons, which is the only way that people will give up. They won't give up for the price of cigarettes because they'll find somewhere where they can get them cheaper. You've got to give up because you actually want to give up for health reasons and whatnot, not because they're costing too much, because you'll find a way to get them. And I'll probably yabbered on enough. Do keep this giveaway in mind and we'll get something sorted for about probably the first or second week in December. Anybody else got something you'd like to bring up quickly or share before I do call it for the day? No? Yes? No? Give you a couple of minutes and then I'll call it. Because, yeah, I certainly like to see, you know, what anybody's got to share out or say. I certainly like to see that. Don't see any comments coming up. Click on the screen. Just Sammy Lynn laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing at that too. I'm just glad I caught another live. Thank you. Thank you, and I really appreciate that. And I do have a few new videos up that have gone up this week. I didn't put any full-length videos up last week, but the week before I had 2 full-length videos. It was actually an event video and a music video, so, you know. But I've got up 3 full-length videos this week. You know, actual 2 full-length and a song video this week, so, you know. Yeah, getting windy there, so I'll have to call it before the wind sort of blows up the microphone too much. So yeah, a huge thank you to everybody who's come in here. So I'm going to call it. So everybody take care, be blessed, and until next time, bye bye.